All right, for today's review, I figured we'd go a little bit thematic. Happy Easter to anyone who celebrates it. Today we're going to be looking at BotBots Series 4, INCOG-EGGO. He's part of the season greeters set, which are all like a bunch of holiday guys that were introduced in Series 3, I believe. And he turns into a little decorative Easter egg. I think it works pretty well. Because of the way he transforms, the beak kind of compresses down here. He does actually have a spot where you can kind of get him to sit. It's not like, rock solid or anything. He's still an egg. But, and he does kind of like lean a little bit backwards depending on what, direction you're looking at it from. Like that. But, it's still pretty good, and it's better than just like sitting it off to the side here. But, yeah. Transformation wise, you take these two big sections here, and you actually don't really need to do this, and I'll get to that when we get to robot mode, but you pull them out to the side. That one has a really nice satisfying click. This one doesn't, which is a little annoying, but whatever. You take his wings here and you pull them out. Sometimes it's a little hard to get a proper grip on there if you don't have like really minuscule fingers, so I find it's easier to kind of get it out a little bit and then just rotate it out the rest of the way, which kind of gives you more spots to grab onto. Thankfully not too stiff. And then the legs rotate down here, and then the feet flip around. And then he's got his little beak in the front here, which you kind of pull out, and you can kind of pull it out all the way and then just sort of push it back in to get it to sort of sit as symmetrically as possible, and he turns into a little cheapy bird. Does stand. There you go. And I guess one thing I should mention right off the bat is I did fix the legs here a little bit. They had, you see where this little, if it will focus, little rough spot is, there actually was a tab that plugged into that hole there. And when I got him, he was packaged in robot mode, and that was so tight, like I could not rotate the legs back at all, and it felt like I was going to break the ankle. So I just took a little knife and just like carefully sort of cut that off, because it's really not at all necessary in either mode to have that there. Like his leg joints are tight enough that like obviously this is fine, and he's well balanced enough that it doesn't really matter. And like the tab was just too long, so like if it locked in there, then like good luck getting the legs out. So that's how I fix that problem if anyone else is having it. But yeah, and like I was saying earlier, it's not totally necessary to have the body out like this, and it does show some sort of like hollow section. So if you're not into that, you can just leave it compressed, and there's no problem with that. And I think actually that's how he's packaged too. And that's one less step for transformation. I'm not really sure which way I like it. I tend to, if there's a transformation joint that I can use, I tend to like to use it. So it just depends. If you want a little slightly chubbier bird, then you can have it out, and if not, you can have it compressed in. But yeah, he's pretty good little mode. The articulation wise, the wings can rotate out, and the legs can rotate, and the feet can rotate. So some options there. It doesn't overall change his silhouette a lot, but doesn't need a ton of articulation anyway. But yeah, despite his sort of weird, not even necessarily problems, but little quirks, I like him a lot, because like this was definitely an issue, but once I fixed it, then easy to forget that it was ever a problem. So not a huge deal. But yeah, I think robot mode for me is going to get a full 5 out of 5. I think I really like bright colors, so this guy definitely speaks to me. And I love his little cheapy cutie bird expression with the hearts as his eyes. And yeah, he's just pretty cute. Alt mode, I think, for me is going to get I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's a pretty good mode. I wish it could set up a little bit straighter, and it does have a lot of panel lines, but it gets the point across. And then transformation is normal, average, so 3 out of 5, which is going to give INCOG-EGGO a, what is that, like a 12? 12 out of 15, yep. Which makes him a 4-star BotBot. So definitely higher end, average, or higher than average for me. I really like his little, chibi bird mode. I think it's really adorable. And, actually now that I'm looking at it, I think maybe I like it better closed too. Yeah, just a little bit more streamlined. So, whichever way you want it. Obviously, personal preference, do whatever you want, but yeah, there is INCOG-EGGO from Series 4. And again, happy Easter, if that's something that you participate in.